Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I am bringing you my favorite luxury purchases from 2022. So I decided to just focus on positives, and I actually didn't find anything when I was like looking through my list of what I had purchased luxury wise in 2022 of things that I was like, oh no, that was like a really bad purchase. So I'm just doing positives here. I'm sure there's some things that like I wish I had worn more, but between like moving houses and then I still work remotely from home, some things just don't get worn as much, just don't go out as much still. And I know that's not the reality for everyone, but that is reality for me. Also, because we did purchase a house, we did move, we didn't really travel a lot, so some of the things I had bought is like more for something when I was traveling. But without further ado, let's dive into my favorite purchases of 2022. So first off is a pair of shoes, and this is going to be an interesting one, but I'll explain. So they are my Ugg. These are the Tasman slippers, and I did get these in a 41, which is, or a US 10, which is my like true to size. I know these are very popular right now as people to wear for like shoes outside. For me, I only wear these inside. They are my inside slippers, but we have our house, I think only maybe like 100 square feet of it is not hardwood floors, and those are the two upstairs bathroom and the laundry room. And so the floors get really, really cold. And then before then I was not really a slipper person, but then my husband bought himself a pair of Ugg slippers, and then I bought these for myself, and I wear them literally every day. They're amazing. And why I'm putting them in with like luxury top purchases because they're slippers and they're a little over or right at $100 and then over with tax. So like that's really expensive for a pair of slippers, but I think they are totally worth it. Like I said, I do not wear them outside, so like there's no wear to the bottom because they don't go outside of the house. But I can see why people want to wear them outside the house as they're incredibly comfortable. And you know, I had kind of forgotten about my love of Uggs, and then when I got these, I was like, I love them. And then I also did add the Ultra Mini Uggs as well, which are like my outside Uggs. And I love those as well. And you know, just for what they are definitely on the higher end of things. When it came to other luxury shoes, I did purchase some other luxury shoes. It's just none of them were worn a ton that I would want to put them in like a top purchases video. I mean, I'd recommend you purchase all of it because like, I love the stuff I buy, and if I don't, I sell it, but I would highly recommend the Uggs to anyone who's thinking about getting them for themselves, getting them as a present. Great pair of shoes. Next up is a ready-to-wear piece, and you guys will have seen this because I wear it in my videos and in pictures on my Instagram, and that is my Burberry sweater. I believe this is 100% merino wool. I always have to look because I always forget what my sweaters are. Yes, 100% wool. So this sweater is very soft, very warm. I love the look of it. I did get a small, and it is an oversized fit. And it might be a little long for some people. I'm 5'10", and it fits me like perfectly. But I love this sweater. I wear it all the time. I wear it on my Zoom calls, so I wear it at home when I'm literally just hanging around. I wear it out. I love it. I'm very tempted by the cardigan, but I'm like, okay, I already have one thing in this print. Do I need another? And I did purchase this for a great deal on Kultari, I'm not sure how you say that website, but it was in the $400 range. So this sweater's about, I believe, $1,000 retail. And that also makes it another great purchase. When you can get a deal on something, it just makes it that much sweeter, right? Like you're like, oh, this is great. I got a deal and I love it. Next up is something that is going to be controversial to most of you because it is a very talked about piece and a lot of people hate it. So it's not what I just put on the ground, which I'll explain in a second. It is my cashmere and wool, oh, that's a fuzzy, cashmere and wool blanket from Hermes. This is the Avalon, I believe the Avalon 2 blanket. I bought this as a housewarming present to myself. Basically, I told my husband I wanted one when we finally got our house after searching for 6 months. Maybe even longer than 6 months. And so picked this one out. It goes with our couch. That's why it's the gray color. I was between the gray and the beige. And I love this blanket. I use it every day. I am perpetually cold. So even in the summer, I use it. I snuggle with it. I sleep with it. I use it. It is not a decoration actually on our couch, which is I know what most people use it for. because my cat, Fendi the Fluff, who goes by Finn, has a very high-class palate and loves a good cashmere and wool, and will steal them and hide them places. So like she'll take my luxury sweaters or my cashmere wool, kid mohair, alpaca sweaters, and she takes them and like hides them. Like she'll, all of a sudden they'll be underneath my dresser because she's like made herself a nest in them. My Gucci sweater, I have like a Gucci cardigan that is predominantly wool. She loves that and she takes it all the time. Like she will take it out of the closet and take it places. So she has tried to take the blanket. And so it actually has to be put away in a cabinet in its box when it's not being used. So I do not at all use it as a decoration. I just use it as a blanket. And why I say this is controversial is because people think that this blanket shouldn't have any like little baubles or wear to it. And let me see if you can see it. It's really, really light. It does not bother me at all. But people for some reason think there should be no wear to this blanket. But if you're using something, it is going to wear. It's just one of those things I've never understood. It's great quality, but like as a lover of wool and cashmere sweaters, like they wear, and then you debobble them, kind of shed them, lint them, and they look good again. So I don't understand why everyone's so upset about when they use this blanket that it does kind of show some wear. You're using it. It's like one of those things when people use bags and they're upset that they show wear. I understand using something once and it like wearing out, having issues, but like I use this every day. It's going to have some wear. I use it, my husband uses it, the cat gets on it, the dog gets on it. Like it's a blanket. It should be used. I love it. It is, the cost per wear at this point is getting very low and it's going to get exceedingly lower as time goes on, but I love this blanket and I really want the pillow, though have not yet been able to locate the pillow in that color, in the size I want. Next up is not the item, because the item was actually a purchase of 2021, but it is the repair to the item. So I am very glad, and you guys will have seen this if you've seen my Hermes spa video, that I paid the money to have this 1973 or 1974 Hermes Constance repaired by the Hermes Bag Spa. They did a great job. The bag looks amazing. And I just absolutely love this bag. I think it is so pretty. I love how old it is. I mean, talk about craftsmanship and quality. This bag is many, many years old. What, like almost 50? If it's 1973, it's 50 years old, right? I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. And if it's 74, it's 49 years old. I mean, guys, this is crazy. Like absolutely crazy. And to make it even kind of sweeter, this style with just the one gusset of the Constance has actually come back, and Hermes is now producing this style as well. So it kind of all worked out really, really great. I'm very glad that I paid the money to send it back to Hermes Bag Spa. It was roughly $1,000 for all the work I had done to it, which included creating a whole new strap and like matching the leathers. So this is a fully new strap, not just a repaired strap. And that was hands down a great purchase for 2022. I'd highly recommend that if you are someone who has a more vintage Hermes bag, you take it into the Hermes Bag Spa, with caveat that if you have had any other previous work done to the bag, they will not touch the bag. So if you are going to have work done to a bag and you're willing to wait, and that's like a giant caveat there, willing to wait, I would say go to Hermes. It was about a 6-month process between dropping it off and getting the bag back. And then lastly is another Hermes piece. So I guess I just really liked my Hermes purchases last year. It is in the box. You guys will probably know what this is. I purchased this in March when there was an event at my local store. It smells so good. And it is my very beautiful Barenia Birkin 30 in fauve with the contrast white stitching and gold hardware. This bag smells amazing. I am obsessed with this bag. I love this bag. I would buy everything in Barenia if I could. I think it is just so fun, and I love the history behind it and the heritage leather, that it's a saddle leather. It, again, smells amazing. And the color is just great. Plus, if you have seen my Instagram, you will know I like the idiot I am, spilt water on this bag. Like a good amount of water when I was out to lunch with my grandma after taking her to test drive cars, and which she ended up getting a Tesla. But we went out to lunch after we went test driving, and I was trying to carry 2 cups of water, one for myself and one for her, and I spilt it on this bag. And it literally just dried. And there is nothing on the bag. I had a mild, and not mild, it was not mild at all. I had a straight up like freak out. And then it just miraculously started drying. I did blot it a little bit because there was a lot of water on the bag. But yeah, no marks. Still smells great. I'm obsessed. Hands down, my best purchase. Was not expecting to come across a Barenia Birkin in the 30 size so quickly. I was also, like when I was there, they had a lot of other sizes, a lot of 25s, some 35s. I am solidly a person who thinks the 30 is like such a great size. I also tend, if I'm going to pick a second size, to lean towards the 35 and not the 25, just because the 25 is really small, guys. I think if you've never seen one in person, it's hard to understand just how small the bag is. And the 30 for kind of a tote, which is what the Birkin is, especially once you open this flap, is a great size, I think, for everyone. But yeah, this was probably, okay, this was definitely the best purchase of 2022 luxury-wise, besides my house. I will say it is so nice to have a house. That was quite a process, and want to talk about expensive. The Bay Area in housing is insane. But we were very lucky to get eventually what we were looking for. We made a lot of offers. It was a long process, but we have a great backyard. We have a big backyard. The dog loves it. I love it. We have a pool, we have fruit trees. We have a hot tub, which was another thing that I didn't know if I was going to get, but I was very glad that I did. And my husband has this thing against above ground hot tubs. I don't know why. I do not. He does. So he's very happy that it's like part of the pool. And we're really lucky that we ended up being able to purchase something. We got in right before the crazy mortgage interest rates increases. So we are still in the 3% range for our mortgage, which was just, it literally couldn't have been better timing. Because now we would have stopped looking for a house if we hadn't purchased at that time, just because the interest rates have gotten so insane. And it is nice to have space, and it's nice to have a closet where I can see all my stuff. So if we're really talking like what was the best purchase of all time for, probably in my entire life, but definitely for 2022 was the house. But luxury-wise, definitely the Barenia Birkin, which was a surprise, and I was very excited to get that. So what were your best purchases of 2022? It could be luxury, or it could be like me, like house, you need a car, a new phone. I like never upgrade my phone, so that'll be really exciting when I get a new phone. But I think for a lot of us, 2022 was a weird year. It was, coming out of lockdown, but still, things have changed. And I'm really glad that I got to add this stuff to my collection. I hope you had the ability to add what you were looking for to your collection, whether it's luxury or not. And if you had some bad purchases, let us know down below too. That happens. It happens to all of us. I think the more, unfortunately, the more we shop, the better we get at avoiding those bad purchases. But of course, they still happen. But thank you so much for tuning into my video today, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which I'm trying to do twice a week, but sometimes falls off the bandwagon and you only get one, so I apologize for that. If you want to see how I style my bags or more of my content, please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!